it looks like I'm live. I'm gonna log in so I can see the comments. I guess I'll make sure to mute this as well. So today we're gonna make the oversized, a Valentine's Day themed paper flower. Definitely, it has the heart center. The petals themselves are also heart-shaped, I would say. And I love this red, pink, ombre combo going on. So today I'm gonna make a variation of this using the same template, just in terms of colors. I'm gonna alternate between red and pink in these 4 layers. So welcome everyone, hello. Hi Swati. I'm going to preheat my glue gun. First and foremost, that's what I will be using to assemble the flower. And then in the meantime, I'm going to shape my petals. I'm going to use a bone folder today. If you don't have a bone folder, you can always use a marker, a pencil, a pen, anything that is like round shaped and smooth can be used. But of course I do prefer using my bone folder. You can also use a wooden dowel. And if you use a smaller one like this one, it will give you a tighter curl. Okay, so let's get started. But yeah, that's it basically in terms of tools. Just hot glue, paper obviously, 65-pound cardstock, and something to shape your petals with. This is the center. It is 3 heart-shaped, star-shaped, however you want to call them. So I'm going to set this aside for now. This is the base. The template comes with 2 different style bases. This is just like your typical circle. And then I have the smaller one so that you can sort of line up your petals, like your layers. But if you're a beginner, I definitely recommend using what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a septagon, I guess? A septagon. Because this will help you distribute the petals nice and even, and so, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to set aside the bases and I'm going to get straight to shaping my petals. Since I'm using 65-pound cardstock or 176 GSM, I can easily double up the petals and shape 2 at the same time. So depending on the paper that you are using, you may be able to do this, or maybe use even 3. Or if you're using thicker cardstock, you're probably not going to be able to do this. But yeah, I'm shaping each side outward like so, and that's it. I'm going to repeat that same motion for the rest of the petals. Like so. Alright. Well, I am using, like I mentioned in the beginning, my template. This is the Amore oversized. I definitely regret naming it like this because I am not sure how to pronounce it. Should I pronounce it like full Italian amore, and sound like I don't know, or should I pronounce it with the American accent, amore, which sounds also weird to me. Anyway, But yeah, these, I was inspired by the fact that it has that cute heart center, and the petals are like a heart shape as well. And yeah, these are going to be part of a set that I'm working on creating for Valentine's Day, a Valentine's Day themed paper flower set, using my oversized templates. So oversized templates meaning that the flowers will be anywhere from like 9-10 inches in diameter up to 20 inches, and the petals are individual, as opposed to like the mini flowers, my mini template series, where the petals are attached to like something in the center, usually a circle, and so they basically come in layers. But yeah, all of my templates are, you can find them, there's a link in my bio. Typically I'll share a link in my stories, so you can check out my templates on my Etsy shop. And then I have recently also added some DIY kits, in addition to some old ones that I brought back, such as the rainbow sunflower. What else? The sunflower and butterflies DIY kit. DIY kit means that you basically get these elements pre-cut, but then you shape them, you assemble them, you arrange them yourselves. So in addition to some oldies but goodies, I also added some new ones, such as these honeycomb mushrooms. They come like in a set of 3, 5, or there's another one, 3, 5, or 8, in different colors. And these, you guys have been loving them. I'm super excited because I love them too. I love making them. And speaking of making, these are also available as is, so like the physical product. The mushroom already assembled, already put together. Also available in a set of 3, 5, or 8. And yeah, I'm super excited about that. I know that you guys have been asking for DIY kits too, so I will work on creating more, just adding more to my inventory as well. So stay tuned, as they say. Oh, see here, I'm gonna try to do 3 petals at the same time. And yeah, it's doable, definitely. You just have to apply a little bit more elbow grease, because like basically the paper is thicker, what you're trying to shape is thicker, but it's doable. All right, now my hot glue should be warm enough or hot enough. I'm using the Lily Lynn by Surebonder. I love this. It's a wireless, I guess it is wireless, yeah. It has a charging station, of course, but it is wireless, so that's cool. But yeah, as always, if you are if you're using hot glue for the first time, can't do that. If you're using hot glue for the first time, just be mindful, because it does get hot, as the name suggests. And the thing about it is that once it gets you, you have to like just sit there with the glue, waiting for the glue to get hot, to cool off, because you can't touch it, like you can't remove it right away, because it'll just burn you. It'll get stuck like to your other finger or whatever. So I guess you could like, I don't know, it's very weird. It's a weird experience. I actually still have a bit of a scar here from my last burn. I typically don't get them very often, because you know, I learned. You also learn to
you get used to, like, you know how long it takes for the glue to become warm. So not completely cool, where like you can't, it becomes hard and you can't like essentially manipulate the elements anymore, but there's a point where, very short-lived, but it is there, where the glue is not hot, but it's but it's warm, and you can still sort of adjust your elements. You can like move them around and stuff. But you know, with practice, you can get there, yeah. So you can, you know, like, it might seem a bit intimidating at first, but you get used to it, and obviously there's many pros to using hot glue. Like, I love how fast it dries. I can work really fast because of that. I don't have to sit and wait for each element to dry like I would with, say, craft glue or liquid glue. I also love how a little bit goes a long way. Thank you, Nad. What else? Yeah, I can make really big flowers with this type of glue because it's pretty strong, yeah, I would say. One thing that I have noticed, and this can vary depending on where you live, but I guess it's a no-brainer too, but summers get really hot where I live, and hot and humid, and I have noticed that if I don't have like the AC on, that basically heat will sort of make the glue melt a little bit, and so sometimes, like in the summer, some of my flowers, because I use hot glue to attach them to the wall, some of them will like randomly fall. And it really only happens in the summer because of what I said. So if you're doing like an outdoor event or outdoor backdrop, be aware of that. So yeah, I'm just giving basically these petals a lift, but it's very subtle. So as you can see, as I am like overlapping these two sides of the petal, I'm not going in all the way, or you know, by a lot. It's just like 1 or 2 millimeters, or like 1/8 of an inch, I think. Because we simply want to lift up the petals a bit. We don't want them to be like vertical. We don't want a 90-degree angle or even a 45-degree angle. We just want to slightly lift them up to create that, to accentuate the 3D effect that we created with the bone folder. So I'm excited for this flower. I have not made it yet in this like pink red combo. I did the ombre, which turned out cool. It'd be cool to do like an ombre in different colors. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm really into the pink and red combos lately. I'm actually working on a wreath that will be red and like different shades of red and different shades of pink. Excited for that. What else have I made that's red and pink? We have a lot of bows. And a lot of red and pink bows. The mushrooms too. But I guess then I end up making them in all the colors. And then everything is rainbow, but yeah, red and pink. Now, obviously, you cannot, when you're gluing the petals, make sure that it's not like too stuck to each other. You can shape the petal, like use the bone folder to having two petals at the same time, but not when you are gluing them. Just make sure. This can be cut, I can't remember now if I include the PDF or not with this one. I want to say, as of now, I only have the SVG. But yeah, definitely you can, the shape of the petal is very easy to cut by hand. So even if I don't have the PDF on there, I will add it. The only thing is the center. The center is a bit, it's not impossible, but it does require a bit more time to get this like detailed shape. But yeah, I will definitely include the PDF. Alright, so now I have one more layer, and then I can start assembling, which means basically just putting the petals, building the flower, because right now we're still in that prepping the petals phase. Now I am doing 4 layers, but the beauty of paper flowers is that you can really let your creativity bloom and you can just, you know, experiment. You could do 3 layers. You could do instead of, what would it have, 7, instead of doing like 7 petals for each layer, you could do, I don't know, 5 or more, you know. And then you can also experiment with the base. So you could increase the size of the base. Obviously, if you're going to use more petals per layer, as we discussed, you're going to have to do that. And then lastly, you can also play with the center. So you could make, I don't know, like what's it called, fringe, a fringe center. That is usually my go-to. I really love fringe centers. You could do a daisy center. You could do like a rose center. I should actually do a tutorial on, or a live even, on different types of centers, because why not? I think it will be useful. And yeah, I guess the reason why, all jokes aside, would be because I love like mixing and matching different flowers, or rather flower elements, to create like a new flower. I think that's one of the cool things about paper flowers, and this style of paper flowers specifically. And so I think that it would be useful for people to have that as a reference. Okay, here we go. Now it's time to bring our base, and I'm gonna go with the Septagon. I mean, yeah, why not? And I'm going to glue, I'm gonna just slide this up a bit to make room for a new flower. I'm gonna start with the biggest base, and then the second biggest, I'm gonna glue that on top, and then we're gonna start. second. Oh, I forgot to put music, background music. That's what was missing, but it's okay. All right, and now we can start. As always, we're going to start with the biggest size in the bottom. So it's going to be the bottom layer or the outer layer. And I'm just going to apply some glue at the back, but also at the base of the petal. And then I'm just going to place it onto the base and then repeat. Remember, you don't need a lot of hot glue. A little bit goes a long way. A dot is a lot, as they say. And yeah. Oh, and actually, I think that I didn't really think that I would be able to use these two flowers together, but now I'm starting to think that yes, totally. I mean, the colors are very similar, so why not? But I think the patterns are gonna look cool too. All right. And then I have a sunflower that is half red, half pink from a couple years ago that I want to use. And then I also have dahlias, one or two styles. I haven't decided. It could be one style but two different sizes. What else do I have? Roses, I believe. Yeah, definitely roses. Gotta have roses for a Valentine's Day paper flower set. So yeah, I'm excited. And I don't know why, but I feel like I am late, even though it's still January. All right, so layer one complete. Okay, very pretty. I mean, this would look pretty with one color as well, gotta say that. But we're trying to think outside the box here. I don't know. I've been having fun with like two-tone flowers. Of course, my rainbow flowers. Those are my favorites. But I always like playing around with two-tone flowers too. Okay. So actually, I'm gonna put it this way, because I want the straight line to be in between the two petals. Oh wait, actually, never mind. I forgot. I typically go for the second layer in between, right? But that's the whole point. This flower is different. Okay. So I'm gonna place basically the second layer in the same direction, or like on top of the petals of the bottom layer. The only difference is it's gonna come a little bit closer to the center, like what would that be, like a half inch. Okay, but obviously you decide exactly, because it's your flower. But yeah, there we go. That is so funny. And then we're going to create the same shape all around. Ooh, that was a little bit too, hold on. I think that I'm going to redo this petal. I feel like I didn't overlap the two sides as much as I wanted to. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't patient enough for the glue to dry, but I don't know. Either way, you can definitely do that, what I just did. It doesn't matter if the paper gets ripped a bit in the bottom. We're not gonna see that, so. So let's try that again. Sometimes also what happens is that when you apply glue to the base here to put the petal onto the flower, it will sort of reactivate the glue in the middle, right? Because it gets warm around it, and then it will like sort of slide out. You know what I mean? So that could have also happened. To avoid that, you might want to skip the middle, so you add glue here and here. That took me a while to figure out, actually. I'm like, what is happening? I know I shaped these petals, but it was because of the contact with hot glue. Even though this was completely dry, the moment that it touches or is near hot glue or something hot, as I mentioned earlier, it will start to melt again. I feel like I have a PhD in in hot glue. Now, for my one thing before I forget, and since we're doing repetitive steps here, if you want to rewatch my lives, my weekly lives, this is episode 2. I started last Wednesday, but I haven't reposted the one from last Wednesday on my Instagram. You can, as of now, find it on my YouTube channel. Oh, I forgot to put this. So this is like the last base. I mean, you can skip this. You don't have to have this at all, but if it makes you, again, like I said, like if you're a beginner and if it helps you to know exactly where to put the petals, then go for it. All right, I'm gonna reapply some glue here because that one dried. All right, so bringing it closer to the center. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I will make them available for you guys to rewash in my YouTube channel, and yeah, that's that. That's all I had to say about that. But yeah, my YouTube channel is basically my name, like Floral Flair Studio. I don't have a link to my YouTube channel like in my bio or anything, but you can just Google it, or just, you know what I mean? Just search it on YouTube and you will find it. Typically on there I repost shorts, which are mostly like my reels, to be honest. But I would like to post more like long form videos on there. In the meantime, that's where I will house the lives. If you want to rewatch them, replay them, that's where you will find them. Actually, I want to lift this up a bit because I want to tuck in that last petal. As what you will notice is that as you're getting closer to the center, your petals will have to overlap a bit more. The circle is getting smaller, so that's why I did that. But yeah, it's looking cute. I really like this red pink, and now it's pink's turn. Okay, so basically what I try to be mindful of is that this space here, this space, this area of the petal is even. We don't want a big chunky like part here showing, but then only a little bit of this showing. We don't want this to be irregular. Obviously we're not like measuring it, but you can see it. And another thing that I didn't mention, that I typically mention in all of my videos, is make sure that you have like a bird's eye view of your flower, that you are looking at it, you know, vertically. as much as possible. Like right now, my table is very low and I am sitting. Sometimes I'll just be standing. Like, so basically if you have like a, I don't know, you'll be the judge of that, but basically you need to look at your flower vertically from up, down, bird's eye view, so that you know what you're building, so that you know what the final look will be like. And that helps you with what I was just talking about, the space between the layers and how much each color is showing. Ooh, imagine if this, or like each one was a different color, but like an ombre. Oh my gosh, so many possibilities. Yeah, if you guys make this flower, whether you're using my template or not, but if you make this flower, tag me. I would love to see what you make or what variation you create, because I definitely don't have time to create every single like variation I think of, and that's fine. Just gotta keep going because I'm also creating new things, like new templates. But yeah, I love seeing what other people make. So yeah, tag me or send me your photos, videos, whatever. Alright, here we go. Kind of actually reminds me of like, I don't know. I was gonna say like a lollipop, but I don't know if it's that, but that's it. It's just got a very candy-esque vibe. But yeah, I love. And then for the center, you have options. I mean, you could keep it all red. You could have just one layer. Or you could keep it all pink on the other side. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it the same, meaning like I'll do 3 layers, and the template comes with 3 layers. Each one is slightly smaller. There's not much you need to do in terms of shaping the center. I like to just have the hearts sort of facing up. So I do this. Just go with the bone folder and like just bring them out like that. And then also you sort of will also want to bring them up like the long part. That is so cute. It's like a bouquet of hearts. Super cute. So that could be another way that this center could be used. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna place it in the center. You could also layer it first and then place it in the center, but I don't know. I feel like doing something different, I guess. So, first we bring these up. That could also be second, but it could be the first thing you do. And then you go in, even with your fingers, you could do that, honestly. Just make these heart shapes flat, essentially. Like so. And then I'm going to try to alternate where I place them so that they're not, well, I mean, I might actually imitate the shape of the petals, so I will continue by keeping them all in the same direction, so basically not alternating as I typically do. Well, let's see what happens. Cute. Yeah, I like this. Perfect. And then last but not least, this little guy. We're going to do the same thing. First we're going to bring up the little heart shapes, and then we're going to open them up like so. Alright. Then applying some glue. I don't know, I'm kind of alternating at this point between my Barely Arts craft glue doesn't matter at this point because this is the center, and the center just sort of lays on top. There's nothing that's pulling it, so it doesn't matter if it takes its time to dry. But yeah, oh my gosh, actually I love this center even more than this. Look at that. I mean, I like them both, but there it is, guys. This is our Valentine's Day inspired flower. We used 4 layers, 7 petals per layer, and we created this beauty. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, this is my template that is available in my Etsy shop, alongside with many other templates. So if you're new around here, feel free to go check it out. I am having a sale right now. I believe it's this, yeah, it's a 20% sale on everything. I've also added some DIY kits, mushrooms, rainbow sunflowers, and there is more to come. But I'm just obsessed with these mushrooms. I feel like I'm showing you guys these mushrooms a lot, but I do love them. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Thanks for being here and supporting me. Oh my gosh, this is also a new cutie, like a carnation type flower. Oh my gosh, look at that. Anyway, stay tuned guys. A lot of cool things happening. Always new templates and tutorials and all the things. So happy crafting. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Bye.